January 13th, 2025 in Moravskoslezský kraj, Czech Republic. I'm not much of one to say the new year, new me kind of thing, but in many cases, it is true with this. 2024, I came back from Norway and tried to reset up a life here in Czech Republic after everything that happened. You know, and also dealing with the depression, which, thanks to friends, thanks to doctor, thanks to many things, I think I'm doing much better on. And a lot of it has to do with finally getting the courage to just buckle down and build my tiny house. Something that I sorely needed to boost my confidence. So, here we go. I know last time we left you in July was with the base, the foundation being put up, but let's get into August and the next steps to where we are now. Good morning. It is the 2nd of August and a bright and early start today because we've got to get the other 3 walls up as well as the OSB on the outside and the thing wrapped to protect it from the coming rains later today. Not only do we need to get it wrapped and everything else, we got notice from the window supplier that they can only do their install tomorrow before the guy that does it goes on to work somewhere in Germany for another month. So it would put us back a long way. Or we have to do the windows ourselves, which we can, but you know, it's just one of those little steps that if it's part of the installation cost or part of the cost of the whole package, might as well get them to do it, but let us focus on other things as well as, you know, get the precision. And the windows are going to be really heavy, especially the big one coming on the field end. So yeah, just something we would prefer not to have to deal with too much on our own, as well as time. So yeah, we got a deadline, and it's just after 6 o'clock in the morning and it's supposed to start raining around 12. So let's crack on. I gotta say, the speed that this is going up is much quicker than I expected, and how happy this makes me feel. I mean, I'm close to having my own place, like, you know, within the next week. It's gonna have all the walls and stuff, and then I'll just be working on the details, like the outside wood paneling and inside wood paneling. Windows and doors tomorrow, and then start working on the floor and after the roof and everything, and it's just such a good feeling. I'm so happy right now. This roof, brought to you by Radagast. Whoa, it's been a busy one today. Worked on the deck a lot, just getting more bracing and structure up, and so worked on that. Painted a few more boards, but then started raining and a lot of thunder, lightning. So got out of that, came working inside, started putting up a little bit of the insulation, but I think that's enough for today. It's starting to get dark, and with the insulation, it's getting kind of steamy hot in here. And that, my friends, is how you do it. Well, time for a little update inside the tiny home. Most of the insulation is done, but I do want to try to be able to sleep here by either tonight or even tomorrow. So we're going to leave this part off of the insulation so it doesn't fall into my face while I'm sleeping and I poison myself and choke to death on rock wool. Not as bad as fiberglass, but still does create an itchy throat and a little bit itchy on the skin. Otherwise, I'm still painting the cladding for the outside, getting it stained, lacquered and ready for the elements. The roof tiles are going to be on order, should be. Got a few from my previous cottage. There's an idea of doing something a little bit interesting on top of this area, which is where the bedroom will be. And we braced the ceiling or blocked the ceiling extra here, the rafters, because there's an idea of placing like a 2 meter by 3 meter deck on top to get up to on a ladder, just to stargaze and sit up and as my friend is joking, spy on the neighbors. Be kind of the watchtower of the area. And then it starts pretty much getting the interior. Once the cladding's up on the outside, I need to choose a floor. I'm still thinking of going for wood. I would like that. Going underfloor heating. Got to get the wall up for the bathroom area. The door picked. The shower and sink and toilet chosen. Also, on the outside of the building, we're going to be building a utility box, about 2 meters long, 50 centimeters or just over 50 centimeters tall. And that is where everything will come in. The water connection from underneath, which we've already run the water line to the bottom. So it's underneath here already, just waiting to be connected. Electricity coming in there, a little place for storage of tools and whatnot in the electric box, and the idea, again, is still to go at least partial solar power. So that would be a great place for the inverter, batteries, connections, etc. 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 And I taught English. I'm forgetting all my words. But that's the plan. That's what's going on right now. So it's kind of exciting. I really liked that we were able to build it up so quickly, get the outside up and get a kind of structure. It put everything into visualization. I could see the project. I can visualize what was going to happen, what was coming. So that was really cool. But now it's kind of getting into that creative side, which is really fascinating. So not only the color and style of the cladding on the outside, this antique pine that I've chosen, and going vertical slats, where to put lighting, how to do the fireplace that's going to come out from what angle, what side, and then you go the inside. We were thinking of how to do the bathroom, and especially around the shower. Did I want to do kind of plastic walls or coating, or specific kind of plaster that's waterproof? But I didn't really like that style. Was I going to tile it? Which I do like tile, but so I mean, yes, it can be done, of course, but you just have to take other things into consideration, especially that this place is going to be picked up and moved at a certain point. And though it should be sturdy enough, you never know. You never know. It might be just that slight bend and slight twist as it's getting lifted that cracks all the tiles, or yeah, at least the seams in them. So we've kind of decided to go another way of what in Czech is called biodesky, big wooden boards that are already sealed well enough, but still we're going to layer over with lacquer and waterproof it extra. But then that kind of adds, still gives that wooden feel, which I want to do mostly throughout. I want to have wooden floors and walls. I want that kind of cozy cabin environment. So yeah, but then there's the kitchen coming, the ideas of how to build it, how to make it, the 2 rows, and how to do it, and how to do the bed that's going to be here, and tie it all in, and storage and stuff. So yeah, I like that the creative side of things is coming, and that's exciting. And I can sit in here, and as I said, even though the floor won't be particularly in, it's still summer, I'm okay. I can chuck a mattress in here, which is what I'll be doing, and be able to actually stay in here, sleep in here, work in here, and yeah, piddle around and have a place to call home, finally. A place that's mine. And that's been a big thing. So I'm very excited about that. So keep you posted. More to come, of course.